Right. Let's start with this one over here, shall we? Follow the crystal. Oh.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Right, okay. Let's go to this one next.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
A deposit? For what?
Information, my good man. Now, listen carefully.
He's buying people.
Needed to a silken softness.
Information.
Like eating a cloud with a crust.
Basically.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Well, I hope you gave as good as you got.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Carpets have pride of place.
What was all that crashing?
Oh, we barred from the place.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
But
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
But what? This door? Nope, can't open that one. Upstairs.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Yes, what are you doing? We follow him. Oh, he's disappeared. Never mind. Anything behind him? Yes, there is a chest. 2 goblin coins.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face.
That we will.
I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
What's that say? Genuine cacti needles, imported from across the sea. Just one prick and your little sparrow will sing. Okay.
Fucking
don't know what they mean by little sparrow, but sure. Where do we gotta go? Oh, we can only get out from here. Let's see. Is there anything down here though?
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
A 1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle greaves.
Right, this way we go. Nope, that way we go. Now this way.
Weights and puts!
Where do we have to turn? Basically, the locker.
Do you think they'll be
later.
back soon?
Cool.
I need a new dress.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Yes, they're quite the soon. finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
Right. To the meeting place we go. Nope, we've unlocked the whole place then. Oh wow, that's a lot. That is a big area, bloody hell. Let's take the shortest route, shall we? I don't know what treasures there could be here, but let's not overstay our welcome. Can always come here later while I'm off recording and explore. It's already this place is big. Well, this is only the southern part. There's that whole massive place there. And then there's also the northern part. that we've yet to go to.
I'll take it from here.
Okie dokie.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Oh, wow. That's a
Not
lot.
bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
From who? Oh.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
This one! Attack! It's not over yet, Uncle! Good! I'm just getting warmed up!
There goes a lightning bolt. Ooh. Ouch.
Get him!
Oh, there's a magic user.
This one! Stay down! Get him!
Down you go. Two enemies approaching. Cool.
This one!
Oh, Royal. Hurry. Of course.
This one!
Let me keep it still.
Get him!
Royal course. Sorry, Cherubos. Ability finish. Enemies slain. Oh, I think we leveled up too. That we did indeed. Sharp Fang, almost said Silk Sting then. Steel Silk, Magic Dash. Awesome.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon?
No, of course not. Sometime later.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive? I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not?
It was
To
indeed.
tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard. Here, wear this.
You accept the desert rose from Labur.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it
Lubor?
shall be a friend of yours.
Lubor?
Thank you,
I don't know.
Lubor.
And
Lubor.
please,
Okay.
feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Of course.
Omia Stelan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Of course.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Quest complete. Follow the crystals. Wyrite and meteorites. Very nice. Oh, I've got side quests to do here. How many? Just the 2.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
alive?
I am.
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luba's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
Spirit
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Indeed.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
My carpets have bright.
It would make us fine.
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating
Yeah,
a cloud with a...
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Thank you very much.
Silver platters, just like they eat off...
Who else?
Kneaded to a silken softness, like
I
eating a
get
cloud with a
beyond
crust.
Take a sniff, good
Yes,
sir.
they're quite sought after.
Spotted.
Lord Kupka has several similar...
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Anyone down here?
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Then see that you stay a little longer next time.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle.
You can't even... They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
That person.
Well, we can make our way back to the
Hunter.
Fang now, at least.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
True.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
Right,
So,
that's second
a carving
person.
knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Yes, let's hope.
Plates and pots.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here.
It would make
The
us
finest fabrics, fresh from
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Right. Time to go see her then, shall we? Ah, she's in that place. From the looks of it. Oh, looks like I can't just go up that way. I've got to go around a little. Item.
Time to fight.
Get him! Over here! Ogle, kill! Fine work, my boy!
3 sharp fangs. Was there a gap? There is. Wait, how did I... Oh, I see. Not that exit.
Well, this is no good.
Nope.
I was hoping
That
to get
exit
out
there.
of the heat for a little while.
Now we can get to it. Got lost. Getting comfy? No? Off me you go. Oh, he's here as well.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But
Right.
adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it? Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Can I go get you some limestone?
Fine.
Awesome.
I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
Okie dokie.
So, do you crush it up?
Ooh, a little sandstorm. Just takes ages to get there.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets have
The most
dried
fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from...
Oh yeah, this place is filled with it.
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists.
Okay.
Taramaki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest.
Okay.
I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Right, time to get this limestone.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Spring lime. That water is so blue.
One rock looks a lot like another.
Right.
But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Yes, hopefully. Because this quest has taken long enough so far.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Finally, we'll be able to get what's owed us.
Sweet incense, wax candles, silver platters, plates and pots, bowls and...
The juiciest meat from green.
It would make
The finest fabrics, fresh from
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
A brittle white stone that grows in the restorative hot springs near Dalamir. When dried and milled into a fine powder, it can be added to molten iron to purge the metal of impurities.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I
Is
only
it,
hope
though?
Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
That is all that
You'll have a
matters.
forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
That was an interesting quest. Carving out the niche. Got a goblin coin, 800 gil, and 10 renown. Oh, we're 5 off of getting the thingy, so we can see what other loot we get.
Yes, they're quite
For
slightly
real
dark.
this time. I thought it was 320, but it was 350.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Okie dokie. Alright.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Prioritize quest. Please. Right. Oh, sorry. Out the way, please.
Just look at the
Excuse me. Right. Oh, we've got to go the way we're needing to go anyway.
We can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
We should get going soon.
Do you have water?
Dosnov Terraces.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on.
This place is annoyingly white. Can we go this way? Bloody hell is that cat doing? Oh, he's scratching his claws
What are
on the
those
cardboard.
things?
Get the crap out of me. Right, it was this way, right? Yes. Looks like it's mainly empty as well. Ah, bombs.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Now, Torgal! Over here! Go, Torgal!
Nope. Go like a spear.
Out of the frying pan.
Old feet. Oh, that's a cool.
Too slow.
Did it not do the... it must not have gone. This Oh well. Come on then. Bath bomb. Got it. Enemy slain. He got He's gone somewhere. Wyrite, magic, ash, and black nuts.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Yes, let's. Be quick or fast travelling to the town? Probably.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Made from the stoutest...
There he is.
Won't
The
you?
man who... I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks.
Oh, thank you.
It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Quest complete. Hot water. And with that, we should now have unlocked the new, like, gift things. The new lot of gift things. Hopefully. We've earned enough renown to unlock them. If I'm not mistaken, that is everything we've got to do here now. Yes.
We should get going soon.
On our way to Drake's Fang.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on.
That you can. Item there. Ooh, where's this lead? Somewhere I can't go?
Get that damned wagon fixed!
Oh,
Unless
yep.
you'd rather our men in Dalamil starved.
Right. We are almost there.